So over the weekend, House on the Rock Church hosted its annual gospel concert. Okay, one of its annual gospel concerts. TAPE. TAPE meaning the African Praise Experience. Okay, it is a music worship concert that showcases some of the best of Africa's gospel artists overnight in a night program where African songs are ministered and people just get to enjoy the presence of God in music performances. Okay, and it was a blast. It was great. I watched it, I streamed it live, and I've watched it over and over even after then, and it's been so beautiful. You watch it and you are proud to be an African. You see what Nigerians put out, you see performances, lovely. It had the likes of Bidemi Olaoba, it had the likes of Sonny Badu, had Frank Edwards, Mercy Chinwo, Pastor Nathaniel Bassi, Prince Emmanuel, the cream of the top. Okay, and it was just lovely. Now this is not to shame anybody, it's just my observation, and I think it's something worth looking at. You know, the title of the concert is TAPE. Okay, the African Praise Experience. At the end of the year they usually have experience. Okay, but I feel this one is it's supposed to be more Afrocentric. Okay, and it's supposed to have more elements of Africa, but it wasn't showing off in that aspect. Okay, most of what we have there to show off Africa is that the list of artists are Nigerian and African artists. Okay, well, yes, we had Sonny Badu from Ghana, but other than that, nothing else shows off Africa, in my opinion. If you look at the statement, it says the African Praise Experience. So African praise is the clause within that qualifies the entire title. So that means the praise should be African, the music should be African, and the experience should be African, should be an African experience. But most of what we had artists coming to do the songs that we are familiar with the same arrangements, or probably a little bit more hyped, with what the common practice of using stems, loops. Okay, the pianos, instrumentation is the pianos, the drums, guitars, bass guitars, and then if at all you could have maybe brass, then talking drum. But look at the dress sense of the artists. You have get a polo, a suit, a jacket, a plain an African attire. African attire was lacking. Most of these things were showing off Western, the Western experience. Okay, so I feel that we could just look more in that aspect. The management, the leadership of the church could look to that direction. We could instruct that every artist who is coming to perform should rearrange their songs. If there are new songs, fine. If it's the old songs, they can rearrange those songs to be more Afrocentric. Okay, so you know, when we say something is African, we look at the musicianship, we look at the harmony. Yes, because there are certain tribes that have harmonies and melodies that are peculiar to them. We look at the dressing. How do you dress when you perform these songs? We look at the language. Okay, we look at the instruments that are being used, and we look at the instrumentation. We look at the arrangement where you have call and response and the likes. Let's see a stage that looks more Afrocentric. Okay, we could have props all over the stage. The LEDs are beautiful. The LEDs could display things that are African. Okay, maybe once in a while we could have our scenery, our topography, African scenery. We could have calabash as part of the stage props. We could have mats as part of the stage props. We could have leaves, flowers, trees, just to beautify the stage all over, because this is Africa. Artists could make sure that whatever they wear will be African attire, and their musicians must be dressed in African attire. Sonny Badu was dressed in an agbada, which was very beautiful. Okay, we could also make sure advise that everybody who comes, or every member of the audience, should be dressed in something to represent Africa. Let's show the world how Africa praises when Africa wants to get down to praise. Okay, and then we could also make sure that whatever is sold around, okay, maybe by way of food or by way of gift items, everything is African. The entire environment should. I know this will cost a whole lot of money, but I don't know. Probably in the planning stage, it could be soft pedaled. everything doesn't have to be so exaggerated, but I just feel that we want to look at the stage, we want to look around and feel that, okay, no, this is not the Western world, this is not normal church, this is Africa, the African praise experience. Because you see that name and then you look at the performance, you listen to the performance, and it's not really giving you that vibe of I'm in Africa, I'm in Africa. The raw power, the raw presence of Africa. Africa is entirely different from the world. That's why everybody wants to come to Africa. Everybody wants to talk about Africa. Everybody wants to write about Africa. Africa is the new gold. It's there. It's been there, but a lot of people have not been realizing it. And people are trying to suppress Africa. But those who know what is in Africa know that Africa is gold. Okay, so let's showcase this. And I think government agencies can now look for how to partner with ministries like this. And other ministries can partner with House on the Rock. Let's make it big, make it bigger, as big as the experience or even bigger. And we can replicate this, okay? Because you will have people wanting to come from outside the world to experience it. Because everybody is used to going to Hillsong worship concerts and seeing how it's done there. And when they come over here and see that this is different, it's showing off Africa. This is how they do it in Africa. I hope this gets to the corridors of power, the corridors of leadership in the House of the Rock. And I just pray something can be done about this, okay? God bless you guys, and thank you for listening to me rant, okay? But all the same, thank you so much, House on the Rock. Thank you, Pastor Paul Adefarasi, for such a blessed ministry, and what you give us for free. Let's just leave it like that, okay? Thank you so much, sir. God bless everybody. Bye.